Yes, people, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. And today, I want to start off with a great quote from someone who lived in the 18th century. Well, I'm not sure when he actually said the quote, but the quote goes something along the lines of, I quote, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Let me rewind that again. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, my man, he said it back in the mid 1800s. You get what I'm saying? Lord Acton, I believe, was his name. Okay, he said that. Now we're in 2026, and we are literally living it through football, through politics, through financial markets, through everything under this earth. We're living through serious corruption, bribery, and it's layered, it's embedded in all parts of society. And I'm gonna play a video from this guy, Donald Trump, if you're unaware. Um, we're gonna watch the video. I'm gonna give my my take on things he's saying, but just keep that quote in mind. Yeah, the quote: "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." Yeah, keep that in mind. Now, if you're unaware, you may know a player by the name of Balogun, plays for US, of course, got red carded. Um, it is what it is. Most football fans agree it was a red card, should have been sent off, no qualms, cool, okay, no problem. But tell me why Gianni Infantini, the FIFA president, decides to overturn things and intervene. But we're going to discuss that. Before that, let's watch this together and we'll take it from there, okay? Let's go.
I did. I spoke to Johnny, who's highly respected, who's produced the most successful World Cup in history by, they say, 4 times. This isn't just a success. I actually said, Johnny, we've got all these games. Each one is turning out to be a Super Bowl. And we have all these games. You know, when you think of it, every game is like a Super Bowl. Yes, I watched last night.
I want to stop it there just quickly, just so you already know US, America, they're all about their guap. They're all about their money. Yeah? That's what is first and foremost. And essentially, a lot of people said even before FIFA expanded from 32 teams in the World Cup to 48 teams. And the fact that US was, chosen as one of the host nations along with Mexico and Canada, everyone knew it's going to be a commercial success, just pure, just from the perspective of the marketing, the amount of teams that will be playing, the endorsements, the sponsorships, the advertisement. Everyone knew that was going to happen. Yeah, so he's not saying nothing like groundbreaking in that sense. You get what I'm saying? But let's continue.
What a game that was with Mexico and England. I mean, 2 countries, I don't know the players, although I think Kane is a great player. See, I played golf with him, and I like him a lot. He's a good golfer, too. But he's really great. But I watched, and no reason for me to watch, and you couldn't take your eyes off the game. Because I said, Johnny, you have all these games because they added games. In a country where really it's not our main sport, to put it mildly. And this has been 4 times more successful. He told me last night the numbers are 4 times greater. They think 50 or 60 million people are going to be watching the game tonight. I mean, this is getting to be Super Bowl numbers. But you have a game tonight, and they think they're projecting a minimum of 50 million people watching a game. We call it soccer. It's called football, I guess, but we can't really call it football because it gets there's a little confusion. So yeah, you call it soccer. We're the only ones that do that, but we have football, and football's great. But I've never seen anything like it. So I saw the play. And I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete. And I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was 2 guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going. No, these were two great athletes that got tangled up, and this referee who is a little bit suspect. If you check his past, I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy, but very suspect. If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. You know, even people on the other side, they say, "Oh, we got lucky. Wow, that's." And it's very interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion, and I never realized that. I never heard of that before. That they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck, or you'll see something. Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like two guys collided, which is really.
I just wanted to stop it there just because simply I kind of slightly agree here. Believe it or not, I'm not a Trump fan, but everyone knows in football when things are slowed down, it looks a lot worse than potentially it could have been. But he's way off the mark with this Bellingham foul because yeah, it is a foul. There's no ifs or buts. Everyone in the world of football knows it was a foul, and FIFA should have just stood on business. You get what I'm saying? Just let it happen. One match ban. It is what it is, and keep it moving. So I just wanted to, yeah, it's not all Porky's my man is telling, although he pretends he says he knows about sports, but yeah, whatever.
What happened? They got sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players. A very vital player, and he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I saw.
You're hearing that, people. Donald Trump with his influence. Remember, Gianni Infantino was already given in some made up peace um, trophy slash an award for peace for whatever work he thought he did or the world thought he did pertaining to peace in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. Everyone knows that was a whole load of BS, and there's still madness going on over there, and he hasn't actually done anything. But Gianni Infantini, president FIFA, in his wisdom, decided to give him an award when he went to meet Donald Trump, and he gave him that award. But the point I'm trying to make is here, like the fact that this guy doesn't even know what a red card means in a football game, but he's here in the Oval Office, big Oval House, White House, sorry, talking about he knows the game, he knows the sport. This is not right, that is not right, but he doesn't know even the basics of what a red card in a football is. When you get a red card in a football game, my man don't even know what that is, but we're supposed to like. Anyway, the point is he's very pally pally with Infantino. Yeah, so he got on the basically got on the phone, said some stuff to him, sent his people to Infantino, said, "Look, yeah, this is not right. It shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be that." But let's continue as this video.
Started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So,
Are you not listening to this? Donald Trump, president of the United States, like he shouldn't even be having any kind of voice pertaining to football. But I get he's the president. Is the World Cup is being hosted in the US, yeah, and FIFA, all them lot are just bowing to him and let him do whatever he wants and say whatever he wants. But it's clear and obvious this guy hasn't got a clue about football. Yeah, he's got no clue at all. But he's got so much power, so much influence that he's actually deciding what happens to a player or doesn't happen to a player, especially when he plays for America. We're gonna get onto Messi, Ronaldo, and other players as well because it's not just because of Balogun plays for US. He's had influence to bring in Ronaldo and to make sure Messi does what he's supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dark, man. For football, it's dark.
Yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold.
Cool. Question: Donald Trump, President of the United States, he calls up, he asks for a review. Now, people, we know what happened to Kwanzaa, England, yeah? He got sent off, red carded, yeah? Do you think, do you think our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, can call up Gianni Infantino and said, hey, yo, Gianni, hey, like Kwanzaa, we need him back. Can you like review it? It wasn't really, the two players just clashed. The slow motion looks worse, blah, blah, blah. Starmer, like, yeah, can I'm the Prime Minister of UK. Do you think he can do that? Do you think President of France can do that? Do you think the President of Somalia can call up Infantino and say, hey, that ref man, like, you didn't you shouldn't treat him like that. Like, it's diabolical the way the US plays. Like, you need to let him go through. In fact, Gianni actually denied it. He said it's for the host nation to deal with that matter. Point I'm trying to make is only Donald Trump, the absolute power maniac, can call up the FIFA president and say, look, change it, do whatever you need to do. Pelican, our player, US player, he needs to play. Yeah, simple as that. Anyway, let's continue.
And he was good before this started, but he really pushed it in this country. I'm the one that got them to do it. It was not Biden. Biden was asleep. I got him to do it. In fact, it was very sad because I got him to do it. And if the progression was normal, I would have been retired now. The Democrats are saying, man, we should have just let him have his way. We would have had him gone. But I said, the saddest thing is I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. I tried to claim 250 years too, but that didn't work. They said, that one is what it is. No, I tried, but it didn't work. But wait. So I got him. I was so proud of it. And then I realized, I wouldn't be president during that because I would have been out of office by that time. I felt badly. The beautiful thing about what I did is I ran. I never thought of it. And then all of a sudden I realized, I just got the Olympics, and I totally got that myself. And I just got FIFA. I got that myself. We gave a little piece to Canada, gave a little piece to Mexico. I got that myself. And a lot of people helped, like that man right there, Kevin. A lot of people, you know that. We worked hard on that, and we got it. But what we didn't know is how successful it was going to be. I didn't know. I said, Johnny, is anyone going to show up? Because, we're not really, I think soccer's doing much better, but I couldn't imagine. If you would have said to any very smart of these, like people like this, that the numbers they're doing now would be happening, they've never seen anything like it. Think of it. Take the most successful Olympics or the most successful FIFA, and you look at what's happened. You look at the numbers for this in the United States, just compared to FIFA, and it's numerous times more. It's not like 10% more, 2% more, 5% more, which is more expected. It's like 4 times more successful than anything.
Anyway, you know what? I've let that run long enough because it doesn't say anything of substance, but just points and confirms the fact that it's all about money, it's all about commercialization, it's all about profit. Like, man does not care about football, but the fact that he has some serious power. So let's get into some serious business now. Okay, let's switch it. Corruption. His Majesty's government. Since we're in the UK, I'm using UK definitions, which is an English nation. Most of definitions come from the English word. So let's go with this. The abuse of, corruption is as the abuse of entrusted power for private benefit that usually breaches laws, relegation. I can't even read. Sorry, people. The abuse of entrusted power for private benefit that usually breaches laws, regulations, standards of integrity, and those standards of professional behavior. Now, you cannot tell me Infantino, FIFA haven't breached their own very rules and relegation. Sorry, regulations. I keep getting that word wrong. You cannot tell me they haven't because they have their code of conduct, and it says, okay, there's a discretion for them to change their mind and do certain things. But you know the thing with this discretions, it never usually happens. Never. The discretion is there, but they never overturn red card bans or free match bans or anything of that sort. But you know what they've done for the World Cup? Because Ronaldo, he was involved in a red card offense. Okay, he elbowed O'Shea, Irish player, during the World Cup qualifications, and if FIFA stood on business and made Ronaldo miss the World Cup, not miss the World Cup, but he would have missed two games in the World Cup. Okay, but somehow FIFA, Gianni, and made the decision to overturn that, yeah, to suspend it. And this was 6 days before, after, 6 days after Ronaldo, um, the owner of Pro League, yeah, Saudi Pro League, um, decided to, for some reason, literally lift it. So FIFA comes 6 days after Ronaldo met the US President Donald Trump at the White House for a formal dinner with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So 6 days before the verdict, before FIFA, Gianni Infantino changed and suspended Ronaldo's two-match bans, yeah, which would have he would have missed at least two of the group games. But no, after meeting Donald Trump, obviously Donald Trump in his ear said, "Bro, Ronaldo has to play." Yeah, same thing with Messi. Messi has been seriously, like, t- some would say it's not Messi's fault. It's the powers that be. It's Infantino. It's Donald Trump. It's the those involved in sport that are making it happen. That give um Messi the license to do whatever he's been doing because he's been getting away with murder. Yeah, getting away with murder. At the time of this recording, um, Messi, Argentina are due to play Egypt, and I hope Egypt smoked them. Yeah, swear down. I hope Egypt beat them. But anyway, big up Drogba. He sees it for what it is, and just like everyone in football, they see what this is. FIFA is a disgrace, and everyone is seeing what they want to do again. If they don't want other countries to compete with Messi and Argentina, they should just say outright instead of making it seem we're wasting our time. That was the big man, the legend himself, Didier Drogba. Yeah, he said that. Now, I say this to show you the following: Messi, red card offense. Argentina players doing all types of shenanigans, fouls, like just abusive, destructive, dangerous plays on players, opposition players, and not no cautions, no red cards, no nothing, especially to Messi. And Messi's been getting away with murder as far as concerned. Yes, he's a good player. He's actually one of the goats. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't hate him for that. He's one of the goats. Like, the referees are doing so much damage to the integrity of the sport. They're doing things like this. Now watch this free kick. Yeah, on the surface, I play it again. Let me play it again. Now, I don't know if you spot it, but look where the Cape Verde goalkeeper is. He's literally setting up his wall, and made all reports have said Messi said to the ref, "Can I take it?" The ref didn't respond or nodded his head, whatever, and he's not set. The referee has not blown a whistle. But the referee lets Messi take that free kick. Yeah, he lets Messi in every walk. I've been a referee. Everyone knows you play to the whistle. Yeah, you never in the history, not maybe in the history, but generally speaking, players have this understanding. Yeah, the ball is dead until the whistle is blown and the referee restarts. But Messi seems to have some amazing powers. He can just do whatever he wants at any given time, take a free kick whenever he wants, and that could have he could have scored there because the goalkeeper wasn't set, he wasn't ready, but the referee, Ray Charles, the thing, said carry on. More this Infantini again, Gianni Infantini decides to he congratulates Messi on Instagram in a way he has never done for any other player. And for some reason, he disabled comments because we know everyone would have got in the comments smoking him right, left, and center, talking him, saying he's biased. He's supposed to be impartial. He's supposed to be neutral. Yeah, as the FIFA president, but damn sure he's not. Infantino and Messi are the worst thing to happen at this World Cup. And if they win, if Argentina win, I'm sorry, just like Arsenal, I'm not recognizing them. I'm not accepting it because the sheer abuse of the powers that's been going on right, left, and center is been out of this world, man. And I don't know what else can be said. Okay, earlier on I mentioned England player Kwanzaa sent off for this tackle. Lionel Messi, sorry, didn't even receive a yellow card or talking to a VAR review for this tackle, despite being an obvious red card. Everyone in football agreed this should have been a stonewall red card. Messi should have got his marching orders. Yeah, which would have meant he would have missed at least one game. I think is one match ban they're doing, similar to what Balogun got. Yeah, but Messi gets away with it. Ronaldo, he gets a suspended ban so he can play in the World Cup following a dinner, yeah, with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and that, and Donald Trump. So there's absolute corruption going on, in my opinion, and it is what it is. And I found this great thing, yeah. Look at it, either side, yeah. Every successful princess needs a hard working sugar daddy or daddy behind the scene. Infantini, Gianni Infantini is doing it for Messi and he was doing it for Ronaldo until he got knocked out. But God, did they try to do that for Ronaldo as well? Well, they did because he should have missed at least 2 games. We should have only seen him in 2, maybe 3 games, if that. But like I said before, what's his name? Lord, Lord Acton, he said it best. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I'll end it there.